I had just finished a long day at the office when I noticed a small girl standing at the curb, her tiny hands clutching a worn backpack. She looked up at me with wide, fearful eyes and whispered so softly I almost missed it, "Please, don't let my mom die." I froze. A chill ran down my spine, but I forced myself to kneel, so we were eye to eye. "Hey, it's okay. What's happening?" I asked gently, my voice steadier than I felt. She hesitated, glancing around nervously as if the world was closing in. She's sick. Really sick. The doctors, they said." Her voice cracked, and she buried her face in her hands. My chest tightened. Something about her urgency, her trust in me as a stranger, hit deeper than I expected. Show me what's going on," I said, carefully taking her hand. She led me to a modest apartment just a few blocks away. Inside, her mother lay on the couch, pale and fragile, her breathing shallow. The sight made my heart clench. I could feel the weight of helplessness pressing on the small girl beside me. "I don't have anyone," the girl whispered. "My dad, he's gone. I'm all she has." Her words, small yet full of desperation, ignited something inside me I hadn't felt in years, a need to act to help. I called every doctor I knew, arranged for immediate medical attention, and promised her mother would not be alone. The girl's tears of relief were quiet but powerful, and I could see a tiny spark of hope in her eyes for the first time that day. Hours turned into tense waiting. The hospital team worked tirelessly, but I stayed by the girl's side, holding her hand, talking softly about ordinary things to keep her calm. She laughed faintly at one point, a sound that felt miraculous. Her mother stabilized slowly. When the first signs of recovery showed, the girl looked up at me and said, You saved her." Her words were simple, but carried the weight of 1,000 unspoken prayers. I smiled awkwardly, unsure what to say. "We did it together," I murmured, feeling the fragile bond of trust that had formed in such a short time. It was humbling to think how much a small act of kindness could mean to someone else. Over the next few days, I helped organize home care, meals, and support for them. The little girl clung to me less out of fear and more out of gratitude, and I found myself caring deeply for both of them in a way that went beyond obligation. When the mother finally sat up, still weak but smiling, she looked at me with tears in her eyes. "I don't even know how to thank you," she said. I shook my head, feeling an unexpected warmth in my chest. "Just seeing you both safe is enough," I said. It struck me then how fragile life can be, how sometimes one person's loneliness intersects with another's compassion to create something transformative. The connection between us, unplanned and sudden, had changed us all. I started visiting them regularly, not as a distant benefactor, but as someone who had shared their fear and their hope. The girl taught me the resilience and courage of children, and her mother showed me the quiet strength that comes from facing adversity. Months later, the little girl hugged me tightly. "I'll never forget you," she whispered. And I realized I wouldn't forget her either. The way small acts of care can ripple into a life-saving difference. In the end, it wasn't about wealth or influence. It was about noticing someone's need, showing up, and believing that a single act of kindness could hold the power to change a life. I left that apartment that day with a new understanding of humanity, of connection, and of how being present in someone's darkest hour can illuminate paths none of us ever expected. And in that quiet realization, I found a kind of fulfillment I had long forgotten existed.